Yo guys, it is me Finley. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel now guys. In this video today we're going to be reacting to 8 true Halloween horror stories to make your skin crawl. Now guys, the reason why the timestamp on the video is 13:56, it is because I already filmed the video, but my dumbass thought that I was filming the actual, so I was recording myself, but I didn't record the video as well. So it was just my face cam, that was it. So yeah, gonna have to film it again. But this is what I do for you guys. I'm gonna film it again. So we're gonna carry on from where we left off. If you guys are new, please be sure they drop a subscribe. Got straight into this, and yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Right, let's go.
When I was younger, my friends and I went trick-or-treating every year.
Okay, that's
This one
good.
particular year,
Good
as we
start.
were trick-or-treating, we passed a man who stood still with a mask on, holding a lantern. As we walked past him, he turned his whole body around and followed us with his eyes. We were creeped
Okay.
out, but there were plenty of people around, so we made our way to the next house. My friends
Okay.
and I saw him over and over again as we made our way from house to house, and he seemed to be following us in typical horror story form.
Oh no, it's not looking
We
good, Bev.
walked so
It's not looking good,
slow,
Bev.
we couldn't figure out how he kept up with us.
Probably
In
because
one
you guys are
house,
walking
when
slow.
we
What
hadn't
did you just
seen him
say?
for a while, we got our candy. As we turned around to walk back to the street, the masked man stood in the road waiting for us.
Can you imagine
Immediately, we
he's
knocked
just
back
there
on
like
the
this?
door and told the owners of the house about it. The masked
Cold,
man continued
cold.
walking down the street, and we didn't see him again that night.
Yeah,
Later
that's
on,
good. That's
an
good. That's
adult
good.
friend of
That's
the
good.
family told us he saw a masked man hiding behind a tree, waving little kids over. But he only
Oh
backed
my
off
days.
when he threatened to call the police.
Jesus Christ. That's a short one, but that
I was
made my
trick-or-treating with my friend
skin crawl a
Casey.
little bit.
We
My
were both
skin
11
crawl.
years
There
old
we
at the
go.
time. We were walking across a small wooden bridge over a small
Oh
river
no.
that many called Jack Winkle River when a black Jeep pulled up on the other side of the bridge, basically blocking our way.
Oh
We turned
no.
around and hurried away. We were the types of kids to obey the stranger danger rules.
That's good.
We
That's
could
good.
hear the windows of the
Clap it
Jeep
up. That's good.
rolling down, and a man with a raspy smoker's voice called for us to come back. He was yelling for help,
Come back. I
asking
just
us for
wanna.
directions. I
Just
yelled
want
sorry, and we continued to
cookies.
hurry away. The Jeep
It's like,
couldn't fit over
what'd he
that
say?
small bridge,
What'd he
so
say?
it pulled away and drove down the road on the other side.
What do you want, buddy boy?
We thought we had made our escape from the creepy driver, when here came an SUV barreling around the corner and down the street, slamming on the brakes in front of us. Once again, the driver rolled down the windows. Now with them right next to us, we could see there were two passengers in the car as well. An old guy with gray curly hair and a mustache in the backseat, who also had a raspy smoker's voice, told us to get in the car, that they have free
Get in
bags
the
of
car.
candy. The Jeep
Free
made
bags
a
of
three-point
candy.
turn and tailed us wherever we went. At one point, the Jeep finally accelerated past us, came to a stop, and the back and front passenger side doors opened, and the two creepy men stepped out lunging at us. We dropped our bags of candy and ran straight for my house, which was in sight now. We rang the doorbell desperately at least 20 times. The old men that were chasing us couldn't run fast, and when they saw us running to my house, they turned back. My mom opened the door and
cowards.
screamed and pointed at the Jeep that was
Absolute
backing away in the
cowards.
other direction. She shoved us inside and locked the door and called the police like any mom would. She reported the black Jeep with three men inside, older looking, raspy
there were 3 men
voices,
trying
and
to
any other
choose
descriptions
my
we
kid.
gave. My mom was freaking out all night, worried about the fact that they knew where we lived now. My dad tried to calm her, but she couldn't calm down.
She's there
Ultimately,
with like a
police
panic
agreed to
attack in
send
the
an
corner.
unmarked police car to stay out front and keep guard for 3 hours. That made my mom feel a little better, but what made us all feel better was when my dad woke us up to see the flashing red and blue lights outside of the unmarked police car. They had pulled over an SUV, a black Jeep, and 3 men were in cuffs. The 3 old creeps that tried to kidnap me and Casey.
There's the chat.
My dad went outside to
There's
talk
the chat,
to the
guys.
officer and
No
most
else.
likely confirmed that those were the men. Me and Casey went to the doorway and screamed at the men for their attention. They looked, and we both gave them the finger. My mom then
Yes.
pulled us back in and shut the door, sending us to bed.
Gustav.
We went
That
from the
is
worst night of both
W's.
of our lives to ultimately the best night of our lives.
How? How's it the best? You almost got kidnapped. What? That makes no sense.
Free Prince.
They almost got kidnapped. So they thought it was the
This
best
story
night of their
took place
lives.
on Halloween night.
That
I took my
It was like, so we almost just got kidnapped, but it's good because they got arrested. So yippee! That would just like traumatize you, would it not? Be like followed home on like Halloween, but no, they did it. Yeah, best night of our lives. We caught 3 pedos. It's like no, that'd be scary.
7-year-old daughter, Jamie, trick-or-treating for a few hours, and when we got back, I cooked dinner, we watched TV together, and then I sent her to bed. I was feeling especially tired that night, so I brushed up and went to sleep. Shortly after, my daughter entered the room and told me there was someone in her closet.
Oh no.
I assured her there was
Oh
no one
no
in her
no
closet.
no.
She asked to
That's not
sleep
looking
with
good.
me, but I once again assured her that she was safe in her room. She reluctantly went back to
Someone's
her room
gonna be
and shut
in
the
there,
door.
and I know it.
I
Someone's
made
gonna
a
be in
mental
there.
note that if she came back again, I would walk her to her closet and show her that there's no one in there.
Okay, that's good.
Surely enough, 5 minutes later, she came back. I asked her why she thought there was someone in her closet. She responded saying she heard someone moving around and things falling over. Honestly, when she said that, it kind of made my heart jump for a second.
Can you imagine?
I walked her to her room and turned on the lights. I jokingly asked, "Is anybody in there?" We stood and
Imagine.
listened.
Someone
I didn't
goes,
expect to
hell
hear
yeah.
anything.
Someone goes, hell yeah.
There it was, a thud from inside the closet. I screamed at Jamie to run to the neighbors and
Oh,
call
no.
the police. As she did, I swung the door open and was shocked to find the neighbor's son, Randy, sitting on top of my daughter's Lego box.
Of course he was the bloody
I grabbed him by the
pedophile.
collar of his shirt and yanked him up aggressively. I walked him angrily back to his parents' house next door and found Jamie ringing the doorbell. When they answered, I shoved him inside right into his father and explained everything. I told him I wouldn't press charges, but if I ever caught him near my daughter again, they would all be sorry. Randy's
Oh,
dad,
that's
Mark,
cold.
slapped him across the face, then asked me to come inside to allow Randy to explain himself. Me and Jamie both went inside. Apparently, while I was taking Jamie trick-or-treating, he had snuck into our house through an open window and hid in her closet with his friend Daryl. I
To
asked
do
him
what?
if this Daryl kid was still in my house. He said
Daryl's still in
yes.
there. Daryl's still in
I
there.
told Jamie to wait with Mark while I ran back into my house, and right as I entered, there he was. This
Daryl's still in
Daryl kid,
there.
uglier and shadier looking than Randy. He had my
He was
daughter's
in there.
underwear in his hand.
Oh!
What I did next was completely out of fatherly protective anger. I grabbed the little shit by the throat and threw him to the floor, slapping him 4 times in the face, then hesitantly allowing him to get up and leave. The only reason I didn't call the police was because of my close friendship with Mark. But I made my point very strongly that if they ever so even waved to my daughter again, they would be in the news the next day.
No way. So, okay, let me go straight. So they were, I don't know why, but they decided, how about we hide in this kid's closet? How about we go and hide in this kid's closet? Then when they get caught, somehow Daryl doesn't get seen. Was that his name, Daryl? Daryl doesn't get seen, but he walks out with the girl's underwear. And the daughter must be young as well, because if she's asking to still sleep with the mum, you know that she's like at least, no, at the most like 8 years old, and even then that would be. So at the most 8 years old, and he has her underwear. Like what the hell? They're actually weirdos. Thank God he got slapped by his own father. Thank God. But yeah.
Back to sleep. I let Jamie sleep with me after that incident. She was horrified.
Of course
The
you would
next
be,
morning,
bro.
I found a
Could be in a
small drill
closet.
hole in her closet door. The sick little bastards were spying on my daughter while she slept, at the same time playing with her underwear.
That is disgusting, bro. I'm laughing because I'm shocked. I'm not laughing because it's funny. No, it's a little bit, but no reason. The the kids drilled a hole through the closet door. They were staring at us sleeping. That is actually so fucked. No, that's not even like funny, man. That's just shocking. They drilled a hole in the so they drilled a hole through the closet, yeah, to spy on her, and they were playing with her underwear. How did they not get caught? How did they not get caught? How did nobody hear the drilling? Oh well, because they were out. But how did like? It makes sense now. The reason why they didn't get caught was because they did it the night that they went out. Okay, that makes sense. But they drilled a hole in the. How long were they expecting to like stay there for? Like a week or something like that. They drilled a hole in the wall and dabbled in the corner playing with the bloody underwear. It's like, I love the underwear. Can you imagine? Do you imagine how weird that'd be? No. That's so weird. I'm
Maybe
sorry.
you don't understand
That's
the
so
horror of the
weird.
story unless you're a parent. But there are many days where I think I made a mistake not calling the police.
I'm sorry about that.
I
Nah,
still
that's weird.
can, but nothing has happened since, and I figure I shouldn't create more trouble now. Jamie's 13 now, and that creep Randy has since gone away to college.
That's good. I bet you there's like quiet kids in the class or something like
Movie
that.
idol.
Oh my god.
Okay, another advert, guys.
Dreamy photo card.
Oh my
They
god.
do love the adverts, but it's okay. Right. But yeah, no, that story, I'm not laughing at the fact that it's funny. It's a tiny bit funny. But the reason why I was laughing was because of how shocked I was. I was honestly shocked. I swear that, like, that is the most bizarre story I've ever heard in my life. I don't know if that's real. That's insane. Actually insane. So let's go on to the next one.
We had just moved into our large new house in Mississauga, Ontario, in an area called Winston
Oh,
Churchill.
Winston
It was
Churchill.
Halloween night, and my
cousin-
parents,
no,
my
joking.
4 other sisters, my brother, and I were unpacking our stuff in our new bedrooms. We had just finished and were talking to each other about leaving our old schools
Oh,
and friends
no.
behind. My mother called us to do chores. I was really tired since it was 11:30
Oh.
at night, way past the trick-or-treating
Shattered.
buzz. And we had to do chores now? It seemed to take forever, but when I was done, I decided to go to my bedroom and get some sleep. I heard what sounded like footsteps in the upstairs hallway. Thinking it was my brother or sister, I got up to shout at them for bothering me while I
Yeah.
was sleeping, but
The hell?
there, as far as I could tell, there was no
There
one
was
there.
no one there.
I rushed down to the basement where my parents, sister, and brother were considerately working. I asked
Who
them
was
all if they had been upstairs,
then?
and they replied no. Now I was getting
Ba-ba-da-ba.
pretty freaked out, but I had to believe it was just my imagination and shrugged it
Yeah,
off
just-
as if it had never
it's my
happened.
imagination.
I went
I
back
would
to my
never do
bed,
that.
which was
I
now
would never do
freezing
that.
cold.
I would be
I had to put on a
absolutely
sweater.
terrified.
It was just too cold. I woke
Oh,
up in the middle
no.
of the night around 12:30 a.m. after everyone had gone to sleep. I heard this loud banging sound that seemed to be coming from my parents'
Oh
bedroom.
no. They're
I thought it
shagging.
might
I'm
be my
joking.
brother or
I'm
sister
joking. I'm
waiting
joking.
to get a drink of water, but was too scared to go alone. I was wrong. The banging continued, getting louder by the minute.
They're
I couldn't get to sleep, so
There's
I decided
banging
to check
on
it
the-
out. I walked into the hallway, and believe me, there was no one there.
banging. What?
As I walked in, the banging seemed to stop.
Walked into the hallway. The banging stopped.
I stared at the door, only for a quick moment before deciding to go
Okay.
back to bed. After a couple of minutes, the banging started again.
This time, it was at my bedroom door.
Now I was totally chilled to my very last phone.
very last.
I tried to sleep again, but I couldn't.
Boom.
Very typical of me. The door to my bedroom creaked open, as if someone were pushing it lightly. But it was too dark to see who or what
I've actually got
could have
shivers.
caused it.
I've actually got shivers.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Who is it?
It's loud.
Let me
for
go back
now.
to sleep. Very light footsteps began to move closer to my bed. I thought it was one of my sisters, until I turned onto my side after the footsteps stopped and saw a figure standing next to my bed. A figure at least 7 feet tall. I choked the urge to scream. Nothing came out. I lay there in unimaginable horror as the figure finally said, "Boo."
Holy
That was when I
shit.
screamed at the top of my lungs and covered my eyes.
That
when my
is
parents thrust open the door to my
terrifying.
room and flicked on the light.
Nothing was there.
There was no figure there.
Holy shit.
There was no
This
figure
guy
in
is
my
a good
bed.
storyteller.
I cried out everything to them, the thumping, the figures.
That
My siblings came into the doorway and
Jesus
watched me freak out.
Christ.
I asked my parents if they heard the knocking on their door. Surely they must have. It was their door after all. But they said there was no knocking.
Jeez.
Not that they knew
This
of.
guy is a good storyteller. This guy is a really good storyteller.
They all looked at me like I was crazy.
I was like, I
But
give
I
out.
know I'm not.
Nah.
You can't just imagine something like
True,
that.
you can't.
Something so real.
Jesus. Right, well. Jesus. That was the last story was good. The last story really got me. But anyways, guys, we are going to end it there. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to drop a like on the channel and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.